Bam, 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 bam. Pew, 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 beep, beep. Y'all didn't know that wasn't a lightsaber noise, so for all you Star Wars fans out there, you feel me? So let me get my thoughts straight. Who's getting thoughts straight? Nobody. Chapstick. We got the tarot root. Is that how you say it? Girls feeling real good on this Friday. This is a really good one. It's like a milk tea with okasama. This bubbles at the bottom. And then Elliot, you know, he hyped for the Friday. He had a little bit of attitude because I had all these books on him. So he told me to politely move them from in front of his tummy because he can't breathe. Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. So we are here trying to do this wrap up. I mean, I have been on a roll the past few weeks and I appreciate y'all for all your support and all the new subscribers that have come to the channel. I'm so glad that everybody's enjoying the videos and having so much fun and chatting in the comments and on Instagram, all of those beautiful things. So thank you to everyone who's just been here as we go along on a ride because, you know, some days I don't know what be going on around here in this library. I do have my tablet here, if that's why y'all wondering what I'm looking at and even have notes, because your girl, I think I have notes and then I look down, I ain't got no notes. I have potential to write notes. It's not kinetic though. I want to talk about the books I read in July. Let's get going. I hope y'all got y'all beverages, and if you don't, there'll be an intermission in here sometime, probably 2-3 intermissions. Don't worry about it if you ain't got a beverage or you need to go get your bubble tea. You can go get your bubble tea before, in the middle, or after, because I'm sure there's an intermission at some point during this video because your girl focus be just way out. So the month of July was my birthday month. So many great things, so much book mail. I had a lot of ambition to read so many books. You know, my TBR just, what I want to communicate to you is that I still love you.
Even though you're real reckless with the shells, okay?
She just got a lot to say. She got a lot to say. I think I had a really good reading month. Usually read on par between 7 to 10 books. And some of those are audiobooks, like my girl Amanda. Sometimes you just got to be listening and doing. This reading month, I had a lot of listening and doing. And I really didn't read much. Like the first 2 weeks of July, like your girl was just outer space. Just out in space. The books I read at the beginning of this month were some of my favorite books, and so I wouldn't say it made me slumpy, but it definitely put me in a little bit of a book hangover. But we love to see a book hangover. The slumps though, the slumps ain't nothing to play with. The slump is real. The slump is real. The slump is real, y'all. I did have plans to read Robin Hobb. She ain't in this review, and I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna read Hobb after this set of books that I have. Hobb is coming next. She gonna be coming back with a vengeance. Enjoy the Hobb reprieve because it's coming. I just want to let y'all know, cause I read 7 books.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I didn't.
I read 7 books and I DNF'd 1 book this month. So I'm going to start off with the book I DNF'd and then kind of work my way up to 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, and my favorite book of the month, which if you've been here for a while, you might be able to guess.
Let's just go and get the tea out of the way.
So the book I DNF'd this month was Book of Night by Holly Black. Yeah, I don't know if I'm be doing synopsis in here or not. I mean, it might be just a Chrissy rendition of a synopsis. So, oh, and I didn't mention this. The month of June and July, your girl was evaluating her Book of the Month subscription. And I think I mentioned this in another video. I was reevaluating my subscription to Book of the Month because, you know, it's just very interesting. It's not always a healthy dynamic. Let me show you my actual ratio. Books I love, books I like, and then books I don't. But can we talk about Book of the Month's rating system? How you gonna love, like, and not like? I mean, that's just so descriptive of a reading experience and how to describe a book. I'm just saying, new level, next age. Who would have thought? And I was like, you know what? I really need to get these Book of the Month out of the way because I had Book of the Month books from like third quarter of last year. I think it was like 24 books. It was an insane amount. But I ain't gonna slouch y'all.
15 of them I DNF.
You ain't nobody ever gonna see that I read because I was like, you know what? I ain't even gonna update this on Goodreads. I'm not even gonna put it in my reading journal. It's just that straight up
Enough.
still went over to the unhauled sellback section because I'm getting my money back. I kind of had a bit of a self-imposed challenge to at least get my Book of the Month under at least, you know, up to date, the books that I do want to read. One of the books was Book of Night by Holly Black. Holly Black has a YA series called The Cruel Prince. Everyone raves about that series. It is on my list, on my TBR to read. I was curious to see how her adult fantasy would go. Book of the Month characterized this as a fantasy. I have to always manage my expectations for Book of the Month, especially their fantasy reads, because I can be biased, you can too.
This book,
But I DNF'd this book because the magic system was, the book describes it as shadow type possession. So these shadows would possess, pretty much demonic possession, or that's kind of the magic system in this book. And that's a hard stop for me. I read a lot of different things in books, you know, I don't have a problem with, but blatant witchcraft and demonic possession,
your girl is out.
If you have read Book of Night, let me know what your thoughts are. If it fall, it fall. The next book I read was Like a Sister by Kelly Garrett. This was a good time. I actually gave this book 3 stars. I'll just read you a little bit of it. No one bats an eye when Black reality TV star is found dead, except her estranged half-sister. More tea, whose refusal to believe the official story leads her on a dangerous search for the truth. That's all you need to know. This was a book of the month mystery, and I like this. I gave this 3 stars. This was probably one of my first urban Black mystery, urban setting type books I've read in many years. I used to read them a lot. They became very shallow for my reading taste after a while, and I started to desire something of a more of an authentic story. And this came pretty close to that. It definitely has a lot of colloquialisms. Heard this with the audiobook, which was great. I thought the audiobook was fantastic. I thought the writing was good. I liked the sense of family. I liked the, you know, some of the commentary that the author, that Miss Garrett talked about as well, as far as community and classes within African American communities and perception of those things from people on the outside. The mystery was pretty good. It didn't subvert my expectations or knock my socks off. And the tea level was
Pretty warm.
I wouldn't say it was piping hot, but I had fun with this. This was a good time. There are some content warnings for drug use, explicit sexual content. I give you guys a heads up anyway about some of the content warnings. And language is a big one in this. A lot of language, because this girl, she says this particular phrase, we'll just call it shish kebab noodles. She says shish kebab noodles all the time. And by the end of the book,
If this girl say this one more time, I'ma be out.
darling girl, if you know, you know. I gave this book 3 stars. Again, a book of the month pick, and it is a fantasy reimagining of Peter Pan, not a retelling, but I have a dedicated book review to the tea, the non-spoiler and spoiler review. Essentially, this story follows the granddaughter of Wendy. Darling family has so much success and opportunity, but Holly's hiding secrets and she ain't telling nobody what she need to tell them. And then drama ensues. And I'm talking, y'all, this is high level tea extravaganza level. There was a few things that, I mean, it wasn't fantastic, but it wasn't trash either. Yeah, I had fun. 3 stars. This was fun. And then Agatha Christie, I came back to my mystery roots. Agatha Christie's A Moving Finger. I don't really want to blurb hardly anything about Agatha Christie's because it just kind of ruins the mystery of the story for you. A mystery unfolds in a small town, small country British town, and somebody dies, and Miss Marple got to figure out who it is. One thing I really liked about this that was very interesting, and I didn't know, but there's a character in this that has neurotypical conditions, and I love how Agatha talks about that. I love how she introduces this character that has this condition. Character actually is one of my favorite characters. It's probably my favorite character in this book. I had a good time with it. I gave it 4 stars, I believe. I haven't found an Agatha Christie that I haven't given less than 4 stars to yet. So, but I'm sure, I mean, she wrote so many books. I mean, but you know, she could be perfect. She totally could be perfect. Pride and Paperbacks. Hey girl, hey, I'm on my cozy mystery game. Okay. Next is my 4-star read for the month. And I'm gonna warn y'all.
Okay.
Lucy Foley, The Paris Apartment. Now, if you thought Darling Girl was a level of tea, this is
outer space.
This is a whole nother stratosphere of tea extravaganza. I'm gonna look at my notes here so I can kind of sum up my thoughts a little more accurately, because I don't even know what I did in them other 2. I don't even know how this is gonna go, but we here for it. What was this book? I mean, so I've tried like 3 different flavors right now. Don't ask me what those flavors are because I don't know right now. All I know is the one I'm drinking right now. And yeah, so small joys. It don't take much. It don't take much, y'all. It don't take much at all. But I'll tell you what you do need to know. Number one, proceed with much caution. This book has content warnings for sexual and physical assault, violence, and kidnapping. So those trigger warnings aren't used for shock value, but it's definitely present in the book. Number two, this is a psychological thriller. Strong emphasis on psycho. These folks in this book is crazy. Ain't no way around.
They crazy.
Number three, this is probably the most horrible cast of characters I've ever read on page. The plot is layered with complexity, intrigue, and suspense. Lucy Foley combines all of these elements very well, in my opinion. But it can't be done, in my opinion, poorly. I'm looking at you, Not a Happy Family. Okay, I felt hoodwink and hijack reading If Not a Happy Family, but you can see my detailed thoughts on that in my Goodreads account. But back to
But Lucy be knowing.
Number four, the tea is so hot. Like,
it is scald the tongue.
I had mentioned it before. Go into this book with very, very low expectations. Proceed with caution. Wouldn't recommend this to someone who have read one or two thrillers. This is definitely for an audience or for a reader who is used to a psychological thriller, like legit, like, because this is good. And I think I heard some reviews that it was a little bit divisive too in the community. I'm really not sure as to why people say it's like a locked room, Agatha Christie style of mystery thriller. And I'm like, the only thing that is semi-related is that there's a whole bunch of people in one location. That's it. Do they all die? Does somebody kill somebody? This ain't for the faint of heart. And so if you're used to reading like psychological thrillers, like that's your jam, like you're into it, I think you would like this. I've read enough where I thought it was really good. I thought it was fun. The tea was insane. Again, appreciate you, Sky, because you were here for your girl with this book too.
Sky was here. She was out here in the streets with your girl.
For the Paris apartment and for Darling Girl. So shout out to my book bestie and Sky. Y'all was here for your girl. I really appreciate y'all. The last point, I paired this with the audiobook, and the audiobook was absolutely phenomenal. I had such a great time with this story. Everybody is unlikable, but that does not take away from the enjoyment of the story. I don't even think I told you about this. There's an apartment in the city of Paris. You got a socialite, you got a nice guy, you got an alcoholic, you got girl on the verge, you got the concierge. Everybody is suspect.
That's all you need to know.
Definitely take those content warnings. There were some parts I was like, can we take a moment? Every time I pull this book off my shelf, I am blown away by how absolutely beautiful. Look at the artwork. Look at this. Dune prequel graphic novels. And I think this is the latest installment. I think they're coming out with another one at some point at the end of this year or next year. I had such a wonderful time. If you know anything about the story of Dune, this actually follows Grandpa Atreides. So Paul's father. Paul is the main protagonist in the story of Dune. So this follows his father and how he became the Duke. Anytime I read anything Dune, it's so much nostalgia, so much fun. And I know Dune is not for everybody. It's definitely falls middle of the road to not favorable for a lot of readers. And it's totally understandable. But we all got our books that just our thing. You know what I'm saying? And so if you got a book that's just your thing and you cool with your thing, then you roll with your thing. You know what I'm saying? 5 stars. It was just such a great time. Emma by Jane Austen. This was my first Jane Austen, and I did read it in July. Granted, my wrap-up or my review came up in August. Y'all know. I did a dedicated book review. Emma is pretty much gaslighting 101, okay? She is a very privileged young woman, and she pretty much has a test of character when some events happen to her in her young adult life and how she responds to that. There's tea in this, too. Buddy read this with Miriam as well, and so it was a wonderful time. I'm so looking forward to reading Pride and Prejudice and Northtown Abbey. Is it Northampton? I don't know. The book is over there somewhere. I ain't gonna go get it. 5 stars. I highly recommend Emma. Anyway, for all my detailed thoughts, I'll have that linked in the cards and in the description box. So check it out. Read Emma. It was such a wonderful time for sure. And so finally, if you hadn't guessed what my favorite book is of the month, Upgrade by Blake Crouch. This book, like I said, Blake Crouch is my guy. I'll read a little bit for you because too much of it will spoil it, so I don't want to talk too much. At first, Logan Ramsey isn't sure if anything's things different. He feels a little sharper, better able to concentrate, better at multitasking. The truth is, his genome has been hacked, and there's a reason he's been targeted for this upgrade. That's all you need to know. And I don't even think I've actually written out my review, so let's just go on through this together, because this will be the first time I've actually verbalized my thoughts about this book, annotated to the nth degree. I need to take off this. It's really hard to put into words how much I enjoyed this book. It's different than any of these other books. It's different from Dark Matter and Recursion. It's in a league of its own. The discussions about humanity and how the fact that we are made the way we are is imperative to everything. The book has left me speechless, y'all. Broken up in 3 volumes. And at the end of the first volume, I had to close the book and I had to walk away, because it just knocked me off of my feet. I kind of was a little nervous about it. What else was Blake Crouch going to bring to a story that he hadn't brought to a story before? And he brought his A game, y'all, with this. The evaluation of family dynamics and empathy and hope and faith and memories, and how our responses to all of those things impact everything around us, impact one another in such a significant way. And it's so powerful. It was so thrilling. It was intense. It was heart-wrenching. It was sobering. If you've read Upgrade, let me know, and so we can talk about it, because this is my favorite book of the month. It's definitely a contender for one of my favorites of this year. I know Hobb is there, but wonderful reading experience. I highly recommend this. Yeah, it was just a phenomenal time. I don't know, this video done gone on way too long. I'm looking at the clock like, Chrissy gonna be in, I'm gonna be in 5 weeks. So I don't know when y'all gonna see this. Hey book friends, it's summertime. I reckon we should hydrate at some point, as we can't have coffee every day. We can. Oh, we just gonna move these over here, huh? So I wanted to get up here really quick. Today is August. What day is it? I don't know. Editing Chrissy. Tell the people what day it is today, Chrissy. It is today. Whatever today is, today for you is today for me. But I wanted to get up here really quick. I was gifted more book mail, and I will be remiss if I did add this to a video. If you really want to see like the real time reaction, go check out my Instagram. It's on my stories and reels and all of that. And it's a cool place to touch in to see what Chrissy doing out in the streets.
Chrissy be out in the wild.
So all my social media links will be linked below. Did want to get up here and officially thank the beautiful people who were just so kind and thoughtful to send me books. I mean, it's hard out here in these streets, y'all, to see that the joy is still being passed along throughout the entire community, not just to me, but to others. I mean, it's so much love and support and encouragement just circling around our community. It's just a beautiful thing to see, y'all. The Lord be known. First book, called Dust, from Kara Swanson and Books with Miss Thomas, gifted this to me. Thank you for thinking of me, and I've enjoyed our discussions in the comments and all of your videos, and your cat Truffle is just like the cutest cat. So I'll just read the note. Can't promise any tea, but I just wanted to send you something because you make me laugh. I hope we all have a book club in heaven. Your sister in Christ, from Book Talks with Mrs. Thomas. Thank you so much. This is a Heirs of Neverland, so it's a series. I'm so excited about it. So again, thank you, Miss Thomas. I love you, girl. Appreciate you. And then I got surprised again. Y'all out here in these streets. Iscariot by Tosca Lee. Y'all, Tosca Lee is one of my favorite authors of all time. She wrote one of my favorite books called Hava. I'm just here for it. Bailey, girl, you are my little love Bailey. And I'm just so glad you started your channel. And thank you so much for thinking of me and just being so kind and so generous. You are just spreading so much love and joy throughout the community. So I'm gonna read the note that she sent. No, it's all about the note. Chrissy, you shine for Jesus and make everyone feel so loved. I'm so blessed by you and your kindness. I've heard great things about this book and can't wait to hear what you think. Love you, Bailey's Bookshelf. Seriously, I cannot wait to get into this. Bailey, I love you long time, girl. And then came in a couple days ago, and I was having a really rough week. Sometimes the Lord just comes in and he just gives you a big old warm hug. And if we stop and we think about it, there have probably been some warm hugs on days that you really needed it. You know, just those special hugs just for you. And these books were that for me on that particular day. And oh, do I have the cards? I'm prepared. I got the cards right here. I got them. I got them. Just give me a second. I'm prepared. I better have them. Guys, Sky gifted me these 2 books and I just cried my eyes out. Let me read you the cards that she sent to me. Chrissy, I thought I would add to your fantasy TBR for the fall. I really want to read this also, so I cannot wait to hear your thoughts. May the force be with you. And then the second note she left me was, Chrissy, you are amazing. Thank you for your support, prayers, and kindness.
I ain't gonna cry again.
Words will not be enough to express my gratitude. This is such a cute book. Enjoy. Keep shining for Christ. City by Fondly and Geekarella. Oh gosh, these are so good. I've actually read J City last year, and I have the 3rd book, which is the final book in the Greenbone saga, and I'm so excited to read it. But I got these from the library, so I didn't own a copy, and I've wanted to get this book so bad. So Sky, thank you, girl. You just,
The Lord be knowing, y'all.
and then I was in Sky's backlog for her vlogs, like way back. I don't even remember when she did this. It had to be like 5 months. I was way back in her videos. I go way back in the videos. So if I'm on your video, you catch your girl in them comments too. And this just seemed like such a sweet story. And you know, I don't really do cute little romances, but man, Sky really loved this so much. I said, so let me put this on here. And girl, thank you so much. I appreciate your kindness and your love and for just being truly just a remarkable, beautiful, God-filled woman. And girl, we love to see it. Thank you so much, Mrs. Thomas, Bailey, Sky. Y'all go ahead and check those channels out. I'll have all their channels linked below. Beautiful people, and they make amazing content, and you should check them out. So I am just so full. And again, thank you to everyone who has newly subscribed to the channel. I hope it continues to give you joy and you find some great books that you like or books you hadn't heard of. And if it's after 7, make sure you drink water and not coffee. We could be up all night. Am I up all night reading Hobbs?
Yes.
Anyway, it's just so many books to read and I don't even know where to start.
Love to see it.
I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.